drawer here, there's a little wood box. All right, the wood box is labeled just like the instrument is labeled. Inside the wood box, we have 3 boxes, two of which contain the sample tray and then the lid. So the little crucible, this one here, and the lid. This third box is a samples for calibration, so you don't need to touch that box. We have tweezers here that we use to handle all of the crucibles. The tweezers are sharp, so make sure you don't hurt yourself with them. We also have the base that we're going to use to press the samples, the crucible, in our press to seal them together. So we get out our base here. We identify the ones that are the crucibles themselves. We get the tweezers and we gently grab one crucible and we set it in the base like that. Okay. We then add our sample, and in the maximum sample volume is about 20 microliters of material. You can add a solid if you need to, but we put the sample into here. So I'm not actually going to add anything, but I would put it in just like that. And there it goes. Now it's done. And then I use the tweezers and have the other box here, and I select a lid, and I put the lid right on top. And I want to make sure the lid goes nice and flat right on top, and I can give it a little tap like that to make sure that it's flat all the way down. All right, the next step is to make sure that this base here goes into the press appropriately. And this is the most important part and can cause lots of damage if it's not done correctly. So please pay close attention. This press here costs upwards of $1,000, so we don't want to mess it up. So we have this base here, and I slide this base into the spot where it's supposed to go. Now, most of the time, it doesn't fall well into that spot, so I have to just kind of spin it some direction until I can absolutely verify that it's down on the bottom. So now it is flat onto the bottom, and I can go up and down a little bit until that it's flat onto the bottom. So that needs to be absolutely flat. This, when you come down with this, you bring it down, and you're going to come all the way down. You don't need to just come down to the end and then let go. That's it. You don't have to press hard when you get there. Just keep going until the very end, and then you let go. Now, to remove the sample, whoops, it looks like the sample stuck a little bit to the top there. There we go, we got it back down. To remove the sample, this press needs a little bit of help being pulled back up. So you put your fingers like this and you push up, and it goes up just about 1/8 of an inch, and then you can slide this out. All right. Now this sample can be placed into your tray here. I'm going to put it in sample in spot 2. All right. And then make sure you put everything in your in this tray back appropriately. Okay. And then I'm going to show you now how to put your sample into the machine here. Okay. There's an auto sampler device, a device that grabs the samples and puts them in the correct spot. And this is because it's crucial that the samples are placed in the exact same spot every single time. The sensors to determine what the temperature of the sample is are in a little spot here. You can look down into this here. Go ahead and take a look into here. And right in here, you can see I have a sample and a control in there, and they need to be placed in that exact spot because that's right on top of the sensors. And so we have little R2D2 here do it for us. Okay? So what we do is here in our software. Now the software is this one here, this bottom left here, this DSC on USB. Okay? The software, right here we have the ASC, automated sampler test, so you can click there and you have all the options for what we would like to do. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the sample, and I choose change sample because I saw that I had a sample in there. All right, and the sample that's in there, it says right here, is from spot number 1 in this tray. And so I'm going to put sample number 2 in there. So it's going to go get sample 1, put it back in the location of the tray, and take number 2 and put it in. So I just put execute here, and then the instrument will do its job for us. Okay? So it's reaching down, it's going to pick up the sample, put it into spot 1, and then it's going to take sample 2 and put it in to right on top of the temperature sensor, temperature probe there. Sometimes when this thing drops it off, it flings it far away. Like there, it kind of gets, it's going to, watch, it's going to get stuck right there. Oh, that was okay. It got stuck a little bit, the little claw there. And sometimes when it undoes, finally unclicks, it flings the sample, so you have to pay attention and watch it if you can. After it sets it down, it does an extra little adjustment to make sure it's absolutely in the right place, because that's one of the more critical parts of this instrument being able to work as well as it should. Now that I have my samples in there, I can proceed with the next steps. So that's it for now.
Okay, wait.